Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. In today's episode, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of one of the most valuable and sought-after coins in American numismatic history, the 1954 Lincoln wheat penny. This humble 1-cent coin, once casually used for groceries and soda pop, is now making headlines with current market values ranging from a staggering $25,000 to as high as $31,999. That's right, a single penny worth the price of a brand new car or a down payment on a house. So sit back, relax, and let's explore how this little copper coin became such a big deal. First, let's start with a bit of background. The 1954 Lincoln wheat penny was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D Mint mark located just below the date on the obverse side of the coin. The Lincoln wheat penny series was introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, making it the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic coin remained in circulation with the wheat reverse design until 1958. After which it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. Now, let's talk mintage numbers. In 1954, the Denver Mint produced a total of over 251 million Lincoln wheat pennies. That's a pretty large number, right? So you may be wondering, how is it that a coin that had so many copies made could be worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars today? The answer lies in the condition, rarity, and errors. You see, while millions were minted, very few have survived in pristine condition. Most of the coins went into circulation and were used heavily, collecting scratches, wear, and grime over the decades. But the coins that were never circulated, those stored away in mint condition, are now rare treasures. Another factor that adds to the value of the 1954 penny is the quality of the strike. The Denver Mint was known for having somewhat inconsistent quality control during the early 1950s. That means some coins came out with weak or soft details, doubling errors, die cracks, off-center strikes, and other fascinating minting anomalies. These errors are incredibly desirable to collectors who love the uniqueness and story behind each flawed coin. For instance, some 1954 pennies are known to have doubling on the date or the lettering, which can make their value skyrocket. Others may have repunched mint marks, where the D appears more than once because it was accidentally stamped twice during minting. These types of errors make your coin even more valuable, especially when certified by a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Speaking of grading, let's talk about coin condition and how it influences value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers representing better condition. A coin in circulated condition, say around fine or very fine, might only fetch a few dollars. But a coin in mint state condition, especially MS-65 or higher, can command thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars at auction. And that brings us to the spotlight, the rare few 1954 wheat pennies that have achieved high mint state grades. Those are the ones currently selling for $25,000 to $31,999. These coins are considered the cream of the crop. Their luster is still intact, there are no major scratches, and all the details on Lincoln's face, the lettering, and the wheat ears on the reverse are crisp and clear. Let's take a moment to appreciate what makes the design of this coin so special. On the obverse, you have the dignified bust of President Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the words, "In God We Trust," arched above his head, "Liberty," to the left, and the year 1954, with the small D mint mark just underneath it. On the reverse, you'll find two stylized stalks of wheat on either side, framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. Above it all is the national motto, E pluribus unum. This classic and historic design gives the coin a timeless beauty that appeals to collectors and patriots alike. Now let's talk about how you can identify whether you might have one of these rare gems sitting in your coin jar or old family collection. Start by checking the date. It must say 1954, and look for the D mint mark under the date. If it's not there, it's a Philadelphia mint coin and doesn't command the same kind of premium. Next, examine the condition of the coin. Is the detail sharp? Is the surface glossy and free of major blemishes? Is there any doubling on the date or lettering? If so, you may have something special. And if you think your coin might be a high-grade specimen, it's definitely worth getting it professionally graded. Certification gives buyers confidence, and it can multiply the coin's value. In recent years, auction houses and online marketplaces have seen an increase in demand for top-quality 1954D Lincoln Wheat pennies. Some coins in MS66 red condition have fetched close to $30,000, and unique varieties with errors or superior eye appeal have even broken the $31,000 mark. Collectors are always on the hunt for the best examples of this coin, especially those with full red color and virtually no marks. Red color is highly prized because copper tends to darken over time. A coin that still has its original bright red luster is incredibly rare and valuable. But what does all this mean for you? Well, it means that a simple penny could turn out to be worth a small fortune. Whether you're a lifelong collector or just getting started, it's always a good idea to go through your coin jars, check your family's old coin albums, or ask relatives if they have any old pennies lying around. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. And if you happen to come across a 1954D wheat penny in mint state condition, or with a rare error, congratulations, you could be holding a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. Before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap. The 1954D Lincoln Wheat penny may seem ordinary, but in high grade or with rare errors, it can be worth between $25,000 and $31,999. It was minted in Denver, part of the long-running and iconic Lincoln Wheat penny series. The key to its value lies in condition, rarity, mint errors, and certification. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins with stunning red color, clean surfaces, and strong detail. So if you're lucky enough to have one of these coins, make sure you get it evaluated by a professional and keep it safe. You might just be sitting on a valuable piece of American history. And that brings us to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the incredible value and story of the 1954D Lincoln Wheat penny, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin stories, and leave a comment below if you've ever come across one of these valuable pennies. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting! Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. In today's video, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1957D Lincoln Wheat penny, a small coin with a massive value. That's right, this tiny copper 1-cent piece, minted over half a century ago, can be worth as much as $29,999 today. So whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just someone who checks their pocket change for rare finds, stick around, because this coin might just change your life. Let's start with a little bit of background. The Lincoln Wheat penny was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and it quickly became one of the most beloved designs in American coinage history. The obverse of the coin shows the bust of President Lincoln facing right, with the words, "In God We Trust," arching over his head, Liberty to the left, and the date to the right. On the reverse side, you'll see two stalks of wheat framing the phrases, 1 cent, and United States of America, with the motto, E Pluribus Unum, across the top. Now let's zoom into the year 1957. Specifically, the 1957D penny. The D stands for the Denver Mint, where this particular coin was struck. In total, more than 1.05 billion 1957D Lincoln Wheat pennies were minted, which might lead you to wonder, if there were so many made, how can one be worth nearly $30,000? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and errors. While over a billion were minted, most have been lost to circulation, damaged, or simply worn out over the decades. But a few ultra-rare examples have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition, and that's where the value skyrockets. One of the biggest factors in determining a coin's value is its grade. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale, with 70 being a perfect, flawless specimen. For the 1957D wheat penny, collectors are especially excited about examples graded MS67, MS68, or higher. These coins exhibit exceptional luster, sharp details, and absolutely no wear. In this condition, the 1950-70 penny can command auction prices as high as $24,000 to $29,999 depending on market demand and eye appeal. But it's not just about the grade. Mint errors and die varieties also play a massive role in a coin's value. Some 1950-70 pennies exhibit double die averse errors, where the design elements appear doubled due to a misalignment during the striking process. Others may show repunched mint marks, where the D was stamped more than once and slightly offset. These types of errors are highly sought after by collectors, and they can push the coin's value into the five-figure range. Let's also talk about the historical significance. By 1957, the Lincoln Wheat penny was nearing the end of its iconic design run. Just 2 years later, in 1959, the wheat stalks on the reverse would be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial, marking a new era in the penny's evolution. That makes coins from the late 1950s, especially those in exceptional condition, even more desirable to collectors who want to preserve this important piece of numismatic history. Now let's talk current market value. As of today, high-grade examples of the 1957 D Lincoln Wheat penny, we're talking coins graded MS67 red or higher by PCGS or NGC, have been recorded selling at auction between $24,000 and $29,999. That's right, a penny that cost just 1 cent to make is now worth nearly $30,000 if it meets the right criteria. That's an absolutely astonishing return. If you're lucky enough to find one of these coins, whether in an old coin jar, inherited collection, or even your pocket change, here's what you should do. First, don't clean the coin. Cleaning can dramatically reduce its value. Second, examine it under good lighting and possibly a magnifying glass to check for any doubling, repunched mint marks, or other visible errors. And third, consider sending it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC for official authentication and grading. A small investment in grading can turn a good coin into a truly great one, and give you the paperwork to prove its value to collectors and buyers. Let's also take a moment to appreciate the artistry and detail of the Lincoln Wheat penny design. Victor D. Brenner, the designer, included subtle yet powerful features that reflect the dignity of Lincoln's legacy. The wheat ears symbolize prosperity and national strength, while the strong profile of Lincoln on the obverse reflects a calm determination. Even though it's just 1 cent, this coin carries a rich sense of American identity and history. So, to recap, the 1957 D Lincoln Wheat penny may look like just another old coin, but under the right conditions, it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Its value is determined by a combination of factors: condition, rarity, error types, and historical context. The very best examples, especially those in uncirculated, high-grade condition with a bright red luster, are the ones fetching $24,000 to $29,999 at auctions today. So take a moment to check your old coin collections, look through your grandparents' coin jars, and keep an eye out at flea markets, garage sales, and estate auctions. You never know, the next big coin treasure could be hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another video. Drop a comment below if you have a 1957 D Wheat penny or any other interesting coin in your collection. Until next time, happy collecting and good luck in your coin hunts. Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. If you've ever thought an ordinary-looking penny could change your life, then you're going to love today's video. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1958 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny, a coin that might be hiding in your pocket change or coin jar right now, and believe it or not, it could be worth up to $26,999 in today's collector's market. That's right, a single copper coin with a face value of just 1 cent could be worth thousands. So buckle up, hit that like button, and let's explore what makes the 1958 Wheat penny such a hidden gem. Let's start with a little history. The Lincoln Cent series was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. This was a big deal. It was the first time in U.S. history that a real person, especially a president, was featured on a regular issue coin. The design was created by Victor David Brenner, and the reverse side of the penny showcased two simple but elegant wheat stalks curving along the sides, symbolizing prosperity and growth, hence the nickname, Wheat Penny. Now fast forward to 1958. This year marks a significant transition in the Lincoln Penny series. It was the final year that the wheat ears appeared on the reverse side of the coin. In 1959, to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the U.S. Mint changed the reverse design to feature the Lincoln Memorial. So in a way, the 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny represents the end of an era, the last chapter of a classic coin design that had circulated for 50 years. But what makes the 1958 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny so valuable? Why would a coin that was produced in the millions suddenly command such a jaw-dropping price of over $23,000? Well, here's where it gets really interesting. While it's true that over 252 million 1958 Lincoln Wheat Pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it has no mint mark, only a very small number of these coins have stood the test of time in near-perfect condition. We're talking about coins that are graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, mint state coins with full red color, sharp detail, and virtually zero imperfections. Now let's be clear. Not every 1958 penny is worth a fortune. Most of them are only worth a few cents to a few dollars depending on wear and condition. But here's the catch: if you find one in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially one that's certified with a red luster and no signs of handling or scratches, you're looking at serious collector value. And if you're lucky enough to have one of those top-graded examples, you're sitting on a small treasure. One such 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny graded MS67 Plus red sold at auction for a staggering $26,999. And others have fetched prices in the range of $23,000 to $25,000, depending on the market and demand. Why do collectors pay so much? It comes down to three key things: rarity, condition, and demand. While the coin itself isn't rare in terms of mintage, finding one in flawless, mint condition is extremely rare. Most coins from that era have been handled, circulated, or damaged in some way. But those that have been preserved in original bank rolls, mint sets, or coin albums, untouched for decades, have become the holy grail for collectors. Now you might be wondering, how can you tell if your 1958 Lincoln penny is valuable? Here are a few tips. Check the condition. Look for a bright red color, which indicates it hasn't oxidized or toned. The more original the luster, the better. Use a magnifying glass. Inspect the details on Lincoln's face, his coat, and the wheat stalks. Sharp, clear features with no wear are signs of a high-grade coin. Look for die varieties. Some rare 1958 pennies have double dies or mint errors that can significantly increase their value. The 1958 double die verse variety is particularly famous and can be worth tens of thousands on its own. Get it graded. If you think you have a gem, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified coin always commands more value and trust in the market. Another factor that affects value is market demand. Coin collecting continues to grow in popularity, and as more collectors enter the scene, the competition for top-grade coins like the 1958 Wheat Penny becomes fiercer. That drives prices even higher. Now let's talk about the current market. As of today, a 1958 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny in MS67 red condition is valued between $23,000 and $26,999. And with demand on the rise and supplies of uncirculated examples dwindling, we could see these prices go even higher in the coming years. So what should you do if you think you have one? First, do not clean your coin. Cleaning can ruin its value. Instead, handle it carefully by the edges, store it in a protective coin flip or capsule, and get it evaluated by a professional. Even if it turns out to be worth a few dollars, that's still a great find. But if it's one of the elite few in pristine condition, you might just have a 5-figure treasure in your hands. Before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap. The 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny is the last year of the iconic wheat design. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint have no mint mark. Over 252 million were produced. But only a handful in mint condition are worth thousands. Top-grade coins with MS67 red or higher can sell for $23,000 to $26,999 or more. Always check for condition, errors, and consider professional grading. And there you have it, the full story of the 1958 no mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny. It's more than just a coin, it's a piece of American history, a collector's dream, and potentially a life-changing discovery. So the next time you're sorting through spare change or digging through an old coin jar, keep your eyes peeled. That humble penny might be hiding a secret. If you enjoyed this video and want more content about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. And tell us in the comments, have you ever found a valuable coin in your collection? We'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting!